And now, if you've been following along with the series of whiskies that I've been going through for the Dram team's limited edition GreatDrams of Scotland sample pack in honour of the GreatDrams of Scotland book, you'll know that the last one is always, whatever whiskey you have, whatever whiskey tasting, the last one's always the boldest, the biggest, the most powerful, and today that's the Laphroaig 10. And with this whiskey, I'm being sent back in time, even looking at the label, not even just, getting to the nose or palate yet. This whiskey from the Laphroaig distillery on Islay is, it's one you see in virtually every bar around the world. It also happens to be the whiskey that got me into whiskey back in the day, and where that one that after trying, being forced to try by a good friend of mine, Anthony, or Ant Dog, it got me into it, made me think, you know what, there's something really special within this. Let's see what whiskey has to offer me, and now I'm doing this and have a whole career within the industry. So it's a very special whiskey for me. One that I always have in the house and in the office, just in case. And yeah, let's have a try. Oh, that really rubbery, robust peat smack in the face. Oh, it's so good. Really powerful peated nose. One thing I should say, actually, a distillery story here. In 1994, when Prince Charles flew over to, and you can read all about that in the GreatDrams of Scotland. When Prince Charles flew over to award them, or at least deliver them, his royal warrant, and he ended up receiving a cask of his own Laphroaig. Nice. He insisted on flying the plane himself from the mainland to Islay. Ended up on the approach, missing the island and ditching the plane in the seas. Had to be fished out by distillery staff and islanders. But they do assure me several times that he had not been on the Laphroaig before flying. But yeah, one of those lovely stories that I always enjoy about this place. And it was the first distillery my son ever went to. That's probably the biggest story you can have there. Took him there when he was 3 months old, sat on the bar at the Islay Festival. Obviously he didn't try any and never has tried any whiskey. He will not for another 17 odd years. But he sat there smiling, looking at all the bottles, trying to grab them. But yeah, very nice moment. Anyway, peat, rubber, powerful nose. Some people can find this quite strong, bit overbearing. That TCP note, medicinal note, is definitely there. For me, it gets softer on the palate. You still have a whole mouth consumed by smoky, peaty brilliance, like the embers once you've put out a bonfire. But it's so smooth, so well rounded, and just absolutely fantastic, with hints of fruits coming in, a bit of vanilla there, some dried fruits more so, but a real peaty punch of brilliance. Absolutely love it. And cheers for following and tasting along, everyone. That has been the GreatDrams of Scotland limited edition pack of samples from the Dram team.